Thinking about living in the La Quinta area? Curious about how expensive it is to live in La Quinta? Stay tuned. Let's find out. How do you do? It's me, Stefan Burchard, the Desert Bowtie Realtor here in the La Quinta area. If this is your first time to this channel and want to learn all about La Quinta, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you'll be notified every time I do a new video. We're getting calls, emails, and texts every day from people moving and relocating here to the La Quinta area, and we love it. If you are looking to buy or sell here in La Quinta, make sure you call, text, or email us day or night, weekends as well. We want to help make your experience as smooth and fun as possible. Now, let's find out about the cost of living in La Quinta. La Quinta is a city in Riverside County, California, with a population just over 40,000. The average cost of living in La Quinta is 31.9% higher than the US average and about 18% lower than the California average. The overall cost of living in La Quinta is a combination of housing, transportation, utilities, food, groceries, healthcare, and other necessities. Housing is one of the largest components of the cost of living. Although real estate prices here don't compare to real estate prices in most expensive communities in California. The average cost of housing in La Quinta is 81.7% higher than the US average and 57.4% less expensive than the California average. As of this recording, the median home price is $420,000. Of course, the kind of home and neighborhood varies, and in La Quinta you can find some less expensive homes and condos, but also higher end homes as well. It just really depends upon what you're looking for. Few expenses vary as much from city to city and town to town as taxes. The average sales tax in La Quinta is 1.5% higher than the US average, and the average income tax is 4.7% higher than the US average. Accounting for sales, federal income taxes, as well as Social Security contributions and Medicare, payroll taxes, the average working adult in La Quinta pays about $6,175 annually, relatively little compared to the statewide average of $8,248. It is important to note that these calculations do not include other common taxes such as property, sales, and excise taxes. Accounting for these taxes while excluding taxes levied at the federal level, La Quinta residents live in a state with a high average tax burden. Utilities. The cost of utilities in La Quinta is 7% higher than the US average and 4.7% less expensive than the California average. But one way to reduce these electricity costs here is to install solar because sunshine is really abundant. Remember, it does get really hot here in the summer, and you do have to run your air conditioning a lot. Let me know your thoughts about solar in the comments below. Transportation can be a significant component of the cost of living. While we do have public transportation and it is widely available here in La Quinta, most people have a car as their primary transportation mode. The average transportation cost in La Quinta is 31.3% higher than the US average and 1.8% less expensive than the California average. The average one-way commute in La Quinta takes 22.8 minutes long, compared with 26.4 for the US average. And now that brings us to the cost of gas. California has higher gasoline costs because of refinery requirements and clean air. So the cost of a gallon of gasoline is definitely higher here. However, it is less expensive than a gallon of gas in Los Angeles, San Francisco, or San Diego. And electric vehicles, well, they're becoming more popular here as well. Another everyday expense that has a significant impact on the overall cost of living is food. Cost of food from city to city and town to town. In La Quinta, a single adult spends an average of $3,185 on food annually, and a family of four spends about $9,198 on average. Here is a bright spot in the cost of living in La Quinta. The average grocery cost in La Quinta is only 0.4% higher than the US average and about 5% less expensive than the California average. One of the main reasons is the close access to all the fresh fruits and vegetables that are grown in the Coachella Valley, so transportation costs are a lot less. The Coachella Valley has a wide variety of choices for getting your groceries, from Weekly's farmer markets to Trader Joe's and the major grocery chains like Stater Brothers and Albertsons, to many smaller boutique grocery options as well. Healthcare is another area where the cost of living in La Quinta is less. The average healthcare cost in La Quinta is 12.2% less expensive than the US average and 4.6% less than the California average. La Quinta is fortunate to have a number of good healthcare providers and healthcare systems. The area is a health-conscious community with access to lots of outdoor recreation and exercise opportunities, including hiking trails, biking, swimming, tennis, and golf, just to name a few. If you have questions about the cost of living in La Quinta, please let me know. If you are thinking about buying or selling in the La Quinta region, please give me a call, text, or email. All my information is below. Don't forget to like and comment on my video and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you don't miss my next video. And now I'll see you in my next video about the pros and cons of living in La Quinta.